Okay. I can get through this gate. Okay. Seems very arbitrary about which gates I can open and not.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
I want to feel dead. Yeah. So, I double-checked, and this game takes place in 1918. So I guess the war they're talking about is World War I? I'm terrible at history and dates, but... that does make it after the era of... I think that's after Jack the Ripper time, right? We're in Whitechapel, which is where Jack the Ripper was. But I think that was before... That was in the 1800s, something or others, right? I think? This guy's dead. Let's see what these guys are arguing about.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert! Stop it!
Oh shit.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Yeah, okay, so we're like 30, just barely 30 years after
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Jack the Ripper. Hey, buddy? Alright?
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Yeah, Vampire the Masquerade probably did have Jack the Ripper as a vampire. Actually, White Wolf, the company that makes Vampire the Masquerade, did a lot of interesting things.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired.
And they messed around with a lot of historical figures, like... Doggo, have you ever played Mage the Ascension?
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey! I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
If I remember correctly, I believe they had Lenny Kravitz as... Or no, not Lenny Kravitz. The one. Yeah. My mind's blanking now. There's a famous musician who died of drugs overdoses or something like that. Again, I don't know. That doesn't really narrow it down, but... Anyway, he was supposedly a Cult of Ecstasy mage. Jimi Hendrix, yes, that's it. Thank you, Doggo. Jimi Hendrix. In World of Darkness, apparently Jimi Hendrix was a mage of the Cult of Ecstasy, which is why he did so many drugs. And Rasputin was a Order of Hermes mage. But of course, he was already credited with being a sorcerer, so that's not the big problem there. Okay.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Magician, musician, yeah. That would explain a lot.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. If she's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
That's a piece of shit.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole.
I don't like you.
You'll understand. Not me.
You've wasted your life away.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
In the head. Oh, I don't have a thing. Oh, boo.
I will see you later. Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Ben's the name.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's rough.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Rough.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
The theory?
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper
Not
make
true,
a terrible
but
cocktail.
see why you might think that.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah, I do gotta get that medicine. I don't think I can make it though. I mean, I made all the medicine I could before I left. Unless I can make it with what I've picked up since then. Although I don't know if I've even got the recipe for this one. But they did say there was a hideout here somewhere that I can find. Appears to be right up ahead.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
So let's pop in there if I can. See if they've got a crafting bench, which it should. Where is it? Right above me. Let's pop in here. See if I can take over this hideout. Let's take over Jack the Ripper's place, shall we? Why is the fireplace lit? Somebody just hear him recently? Doesn't seem safe. Oh, there's the crafting bench, so okay. Yeah, I don't have the recipe for migraine cures yet. Oh, it's gonna be this one. Okay, yeah. Can't do that yet. I'll bring that up to 20 stun, which makes it a little bit better. And then 35. 30. It costs more stamina to use, but does a bit more stun. I think I'll stick with using the one I'm using already. 4 more common handle parts. Okay. Oh, wait. I can break stuff down. Hold on. A sweet opium. I don't think that gave me any handle parts though, did it? What tartrate do I have now? Okay, I had no tartrate before, now I've got 51. I think I can do that one side quest now. Yeah, my stuff went to the stash. I could sleep and spend XP right now, but I don't want to pass time right at the moment. Hello. How I unlocked them? I don't know, either from leveling up or from progressing through the story. Not sure which one. Surprise, motherfucker! Son of a bitch. And that's aggravated damage as well. I don't like leaving that guy at my back, but... finish this guy off. All right. What? Blood as it. Why is it? Why does it keep going to that instead of the? Ugh, annoying. Okay. Yeah, just some guy talking about the concept of people who drink blood addiction. I suppose I could let people read these for themselves if they want, if you want to. Okay, here we're going to do real quick. This quickly. All right, if you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and pause and read this. The other part. There you go. Okay. And the next time I rest and spend XP, I will take a look at the medicine option. See if that's something I can do there. In the meantime, let's see. I'll find this guy over here. Oh, we're back to where we entered Whitechapel from. Okay. Let's see. These are rings I'm finding. They have things I can break down? Yeah, they're junk. Resale value. I'll see what they break down into, but I might just sell them to Milton.
When science fails you, this
This district seems to get uglier every year.
A cold, eh? We'll fix that, we will.
Sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reid from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates.
I don't remember this
Callaghan
guy.
Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say, a live tenant's a paying tenant.
I mean, the opposite's certainly true.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
I'm helping.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
What is your business, exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
Are you flirting with me?
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
Technically true, but
Tell me,
We
what's
have to
your
make it
honest
worse?
opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reid, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
uh-huh.
If I were entering into the world of street medicine, it would be on my terms and without such dubious associates as yourself, Mr. Bates.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reid tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swamborough shit.
Ew, where's this Swamborough then, eh?
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. She's a nurse. What can you tell me about her?
Dorothy Crane. Bless her soul. I really should thank her someday.
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor, not some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
Tell me truthfully, why are you so thankful?
By keeping my tenants alive, she's making me a rich man. Every month they live, it's more coin in my pocket.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Well, alright. These people are still alive. You might be doing it for greedy reasons, but at least people are still getting helped.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover
Mr.
who this
Doctor.
man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Dr. Spy. Got the bronchitis. I have a cure for that, don't I? Shit, he moves fast. Look at him go. Did she ever wash her hands?
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him.
Her hands have been bloody since we first met her.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the
Nethercott.
same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
What? You smell him?
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius.
Oh, I'm totally not eavesdropping on you. Goodbye. I said good day, sir.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Fuck, there's so much shit going around in here.
Away this week, Joe. Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another. Please, Joe. How long have we known each other?
Salt and Ice Cream Roads. Have you been playing Kingdom Hearts again?
Give you another beating, Barrett. Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
I knew it, Rose. I knew it.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
That's because it's bottomless, dummy.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Do you need help, sir?
I only need you to purchase something from my shop, sir.
Fair enough.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Ooh. All this stuff. Hard to get those anymore now, but it's okay. Oh, wait a second. What about the rings and stuff? They said the rings were supposed to sell well. 16. Well, okay. Forget what this recycles into. I'll keep it for now.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Yeah, putting salt on saltwater taffy, that does seem a little redundant, Rose. It's like the other day I got a bottle of carbonated water that was watermelon flavored. And I was thinking, watermelon flavored water, that's technically not redundant, but it sounds like it should be.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
What's with you guys and foreigners?
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Oh, good for her. Yeah, doggo, a slice of apple with a slice of cheddar cheese on it.
Goodbye for now,
Delish.
Mr. Lewis.
Grapes and cheese works as well. Yeah. By the way, Rose, I was looking up fictional foods to try to come up with an answer to your question, and I just couldn't really find much of anything.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reid, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Funny, they call you Colossus Joe, but look, your forehead comes up to my chin. You don't scare me, bitch.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
I mean, here's the thing, Rose. Yeah, I could go with the sea salt ice cream from Kingdom Hearts. I am curious to what that would taste like, but there's two things about that. One, I'm not 100% sure it's fictional. That might be a real thing. And two, it's not actually ice cream. They're constantly calling it ice cream, but look at it. It's a popsicle. It's not ice cream. I don't know why they keep calling it ice cream. I am curious what it would taste like, though. And Doggo, you want to try Nuka-Cola? Me too. I actually would be really curious what Nuka-Cola Quantum would taste like. Although I'd be too terrified to try drinking it because obvious reasons. But I do want to know what it would taste like.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
I mean, you got a good point there. I would like to try all the Nuka-Colas, but Quantum is the one that makes me most curious. Yeah, so the sea salt ice cream is a real thing sold at Disneyland Japan. That explains why it's in Kingdom Hearts then. It's more cream colored there, and you eat it with a spoon. Yes, you eat it with a spoon. So, the real life version of it is actually ice cream, but the video game version of it is a popsicle on a stick. The hell?
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Have you heard of a nurse named
I'm not sure why I'm still asking about
She's
Crane.
a colleague of mine.
I know where
and
she
supposed
is.
To live around here.
Dorothy Crane.
But then again, I might get hints
I know
about
her.
people, so...
One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Okay, let's take a quick break.